Continuing our data transformation exercise, you've now produced a data set that summarizes the 10th, 50th, and 90th percentiles of the income distribution in each year in our data. This data set is visible over here on the course website. Now you'll see here that we have 3 columns, the 10th, 50th, and 90th percentiles. Ultimately, we want to make the graph that appears at the top of the exercise. We want to have the y-axis contain income values, so that the 10th, 50th, and 90th percentiles, they all get plotted on the y-axis. To do that, we're going to need to pivot longer. Let me jump down to it. Okay, so what does it mean to pivot longer? We're going to take our data set that looks like this, and we want a data set that looks like this. We want to take these column names, P10, P50, and P90, and store them in a new column that we're going to call quantity. This is the quantity being summarized. Then we want to take these 6 values here, and in the rows below, and move them into a new column called income. This operation is called pivot longer because we take this data frame and we pivot it so that it is now longer. So let's see how we actually carry out the pivot longer. So over here in R, I have my summarized object. This looks just like what we have over there on the course website. So I'm going to pipe it down here into a call to pivot longer. Then the key argument for pivot longer is going to be the calls argument. So calls tells it which columns in your data frame do you want to pivot longer. Here we want that to be P10, P50, P90. So we can call that P10. Make this visible. P50, P90. Another good argument to know is the names to argument. This is where we tell it what do we want the name of the column to be to which those names of the columns have gone. So here P10, P50, and P90, they're going into a column called quantity. Another good argument to know is values to. So these values for the income estimates, they're going to go into a column called income. So we're going to put that into a column income. And when I run it, we get that result. Now there are many ways you can make your pivot longer easier if you have, for instance, lots of columns. So here I referred to calls by a vector of character values for column names. You can also use selecting functions. So you could say you want to pivot all the columns that start with the letter P, and that would also work. Within starts with, you can use any regular expression here, which is an advanced topic. But for now, you can always just refer to that vector of column names, or when it's easy, like starts with P, you might want to use starts with P. That's how you take your wide data frame and make it longer with pivot longer.